Hey everyone, this is PrinceWatercress, and welcome back to Let's Play Donkey Kong for the Game Boy. In the last video, we finished off the third world in the game, which was the ship, and now we are in the middle of the jungle, which takes place in World 4, so let's go ahead and finish this world up. And we got plenty of enemies to deal with, including the bat, which makes its little debut of sorts here. Want to be very careful as I go around and do things. And I kind of want to stay low to the ground, or rather to the ropes there. That way I can grab stuff. Let's get some things out of our way with the nuts. I feel like that will help us. And now, we are going to take the key down here. I didn't think you could do that. I didn't do that in my practice run, so that was actually pretty funny to see. And Mario closed the door. Excellent. Let's go ahead and play some slot machine stuff for extra lives, shall we? Oop, Mario. Mario. And hammer. I'll take the 2 up. Now it's time for stage 4-6. Alright. We need to use the handstand in order to get over there. Not quite yet. I do want to get the purse. And I do want to go in this direction, methinks, for the umbrella. Now, we're going to have to go back. And this time, oh, I know what I need to do now. What if I did this? Well, that'll make things a little easier. I should have done this a little bit earlier. Alright. So in case you mess up with that platform, there's always those little steel blocks to help you along the way. And they'll also help us over here. Now, careful jumping. We need to put this right here. I feel like if we do this, we can put these enemies out of our way. And could I time this in such a way that I could get this guy away from me? I think so. We do need to get the key over to this next area regardless. Let's get the bat out of the way. Let's carefully avoid the bugs as you throw the key up in handstand, and then we can take it all the way to the right. That took a little while. That took more time than I would have wanted, but managed to make it work. And we've got ourselves another 1-up. Now it's time for stage 4-7. And might as well go ahead and grab this to start. Let us really? Oh, I can still do that. Alright. He's gonna run towards us. We're gonna jump over him. And all the while we're doing all of this stuff, Donkey Kong Jr. will be playing around with the Switch. And I'm gonna have to go over here. Oh. Let's go ahead and destroy some enemies here. Makes things a little easier. I thought I could make things easier over there. And I thought I could make things easier that way. But sadly, I could not. I do, however, want to go back to the key. And take it to the door. I know that took more time, but I'd rather take a second trip to the key anyway, just to ensure I get everything and still somehow survive. And now it's time for stage 4-8. In this stage, Donkey Kong is throwing the little mushrooms to make you smaller. If you shrink, you cannot climb ropes. Like that. Sometimes he'll roll them. Sometimes he'll toss them. And I kind of need you out of the way. You're not going to get out of the way. Okay, that's fine. I'll just wait for you to move out of the way, and that way I can get to Pauline. Just wait for the little claptrap entity to just move out of the way. And, hey, that's the hammer toss in action. You finally see it here proper. And we get ourselves 5 extra lives, which is perfect because we're going to need them for the final section of the jungle, starting with stage 4-9. So here we need to use the monkeys to get to the other side. There's the key, but we won't be able to get to it yet. When you get on this rope, you want to climb all the way up. It makes it a little easier to get to the next monkey. Also, as long as the tails are in grabbing range, they can be like even past your hand. You'll still be able to grab onto the monkeys. I kind of got the timing down a little better. And now, I kind of need to pull that switch to get a monkey over there. We're going to grab the purse. Have him, that last monkey, go over here. We're going to bring that bridge out from under him when he's on it, so that way we can bring him down here. But I forgot to do that. Yeah, I need to switch all the way to right, so that way I can get the key again. Kind of forgot about that. Alright. That's the worst of that taken care of. From here on out, I can just drop down here. I thought I could handstand up there, but apparently I was wrong. But I can now get to the key, and I can finally take it to the door. And I am just going through these stages. Alright, another one-up that we can work with. We should be reaching 99 lives soon as we enter 410. And we have a new creature to deal with, the frogs. The frogs will allow you to get a bit of a boost. I do want to go over here and get the umbrella before the claptrap shows up. That would be fantastic. I want to get you out of the way. We're going to grab the purse. And from here, I want to wait on you. Perfect. Key's going to be down there. I've gotten everything. I can tell just by pressing select. Oh wait, no, the key's in the opposite corner. What am I thinking? So we need to go back down and get the key. I'm just waiting on them. Now, if you jump on the frogs, obviously you'll get a bit of a boost. You want to do this, because that's how you get up here with the key. Alright, get the key. Get on the frog. And that should do it. I thought I was going to lose a life there. I didn't. And we got there just in time to get Mario to close the door, which is perfect. Now it's time for stage 411. Alright. So by getting on the frog, we can get the hat. And we can go up here for the purse, but, well, while we're here, we do want to avoid getting small. I don't want to be small yet. I want to get the purse first. Now I want to be small, because if you jump on the frog while you're small, you can get over here. You do have a limited amount of time while you're small, though, so you do want to be careful. Let's push the switch to right to get over here. And let's avoid the things being thrown by our good friend DK Jr. as we try to go up the ladders that are going up and down and keeping us from getting to the door, but not fast enough to close the door behind us again. That was neat. And from here, we can go get ourselves another extra life. Now it's time for stage 412. Simple bonus air battle here. You want to carefully really, I need to just press the jump button from now on, but you have the idea of what to do. You kind of have to gently tap the D-pad as you're jumping across the bottom platforms. That way you can get to the barrels. Now when you throw a barrel at Donkey Kong, uh-oh, you want to avoid the mushrooms that come out. And once again, 3 barrels will do it. Honestly, the platforms at the bottom are the hardest part, because you don't want to go too far in one direction in order to ensure that you land on them as you go from one side of this room to the other. And what do you know, we get 7 extra lives out of this. That's excellent. And hey, you can just toss the hammer up when you're done with it at any time. Let's go ahead and save our game. And enter the desert for World 5, which we will take on in the next video, so join me next time for that. Until then, this is PrinceWatercress. Take care, stay safe, and thanks for watching!